Steve Jordan, Steve Jordan, Steve Jordan. How's my hair? Oh, we're on? Oh. Hey everybody, Brian Czach here, coming at you with another Session Diaries. Today's video features a song that I recorded called Sleepwalk for an artist named Bad Brad right here in Nashville. I recorded a few songs of his over this COVID quarantine shutdown meltdown situation, and this is definitely one of my favorites. I get to sort of pretend like I'm Steve Jordan for a day, as if that were possible. Okay, so three things that we want to talk about here before we get into it. I want to talk about what did I do to prep for the session, what gear did I choose to use for the session to make the sound work, for the parts and so on, and the third thing, the playing, the parts themselves. And so here we go. I did not make a chart on this song. I knew the song already. It was just a matter of playing along with the arrangement a couple times, getting it in my head, and hitting record. Really, it was a matter of deciding what approach to take for the song. A more traditional approach, or something a little more risky, a little bit more like out on a limb. I believe that we went with the out on a limb option, which I'm happy about because I like the way that it came out. What did I use? Let's see, snare drum. Okay, so we're going for a Jordan-esque snare drum. So a track like this, we want it to be kind of ringy. So we hit the rim shot. So all my backbeats, I'm hitting a rim shot, hitting the rim and the head at the same time. And I'm purposely not hitting the drum in the center of the drum. I'm hitting it off onto the side, maybe like halfway between the center and the rim. And purposely hitting a rim shot each time to get that doing. I'm purposely going for that, okay? So wide open snare drum. The snare drum that I chose to use for this is a vintage round badge Gretsch snare from 1959. And it's typically my go-to jazz snare drum. It's outfitted with Canopus vintage snare wires. It's got very tall die-cast rims on it, very tall, so it takes a bit of an adjustment to learn to play this drum, because so often you're just going to get nothing but rim. You're just going to go click, if you're used to like just normal, standard rims. These are very, very tall rims. I believe it's a 3-ply. I'm not sure what the drum is made of, honestly. I don't really know. Again, at one point I remember dating the drum back to 1959. But I don't have a model for that drum, model number or anything. I'm not really sure what you'd call this drum. I'll show a picture of it right here. So that was the snare drum, okay? And I didn't really mess with the tuning too much. The tuning was already pretty like medium high, I'd say. Not crazy high, but just enough to get that doing, sound. Okay, ride cymbal was another one. I believe I used my 22-inch Istanbul Agop special jazz ride on the main ride cymbal. Left side ride, I went with the 21-inch Mel Lewis cymbal. It's got 2 rivets in it, 2 brass rivets, and just big and pillowy and fluffy, and just a nice contrast there. And then hi-hats, just 14-inch mediums. I could have went with a 17-inch sort of makeshift hi-hat. I've got two 17-inch crashes that I could have used. I decided against that. I just figured, this already has enough of a Jordan flair to it. I don't need to like copy the sound exactly. Um, so I just opted to stay with the 14-inch mediums on the hi-hats. Let's see. Kick drum, just 22-inch recording custom. Let's see, Camco toms, there you go. You see them right there in the background. LA model. And just kind of, I went with most of my standard studio drums, obviously switching out the snare drum. First, what I did was I took the idea of grabbing a Jordan groove that I had heard and learned years ago from a Scofield record called John Scofield Plays Ray Charles. And Steve Jordan plays on the whole record. It's an amazing record. If you don't know it already, there's the Scofield record. And the first cut from the record is called Busted. And it's got this great groove that I found so interesting. It's like Steve Jordan is playing like a swing jazz groove, like over the top of this 6/8 groove on the kick and snare. So on the kick and snare, you have the normal 6/8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, da 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 da. But the right hand and the left foot are doing this doom chicka 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 doom over the top of the kick and snare part. So together you get this doom chicka doom jacka doom chicka 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 doom, that kind of thing. So it's got this sort of polyrhythmic thing going on, and I'd practiced that. I used to jam with that record all the time, and so I just took a listen to it real quick before I started working on this song, just to kind of review how Jordan played it, and I was like, oh, okay. So that's what you have here. Okay, so that was the groove. That was the sort of the idea of this groove that I had, was to copy what Jordan played on that Busted tune. Okay, so now within that there are certain things that make Jordan Jordan, and there's a certain vocabulary that he uses quite often that's pretty recognizable. For instance, the sort of like almost hippity hoppity kick drum patterns. Doom doom that doom 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 that goom. Those kind of like little, they're almost like fills in a way, but he makes them part of the groove, and they're improvised, and he just kind of sprinkles them in here and there wherever he sees fit. And so that was what I was doing. That was what I was kind of aiming for here. Okay, there's also some snare drum kind of fills. Those kinds of things. Okay, so that's it. Okay, so I just want to say thanks once again. Thanks to Bad Brad for having me play on his song. I had a lot of fun playing this, and I hope you have a lot of fun watching it. And please like, subscribe, give me a comment. Guys, if anyone's out there who has a song that you want me to play on, please hit me up. Direct message me. Hit me up on YouTube. Go to my website, brianzach.com. I'm so easy to find. Instagram, @BrianZach. It's all under my name, okay? CZACH, all right? So just hit me up. Let me know, if you have a song or a couple of songs, or even if you have a whole record, whatever, you have a demo, whatever you're doing, music for film, you want loops made, whatever you want. Like, let's work together, okay? we have the time right now. I'm trying to be as creative as I can. I'm trying to be as prolific as I can. Trying to just put more and more content out, whether it's videos like these or just recording music for friends or acquaintances or even people that I don't know at all. I'm doing some of that as well. I'm recording for people that I've never met before. It's really quite amazing, the possibility now. And so if you have anything that you want live drums to be played on, definitely let's talk. Let's, send it over. I can work within a pretty flexible budget, and we'll make it work for you, okay? So I really appreciate it. I really appreciate you tuning in. Thanks again, and be safe. I will see you on the next video.